to winning teams, 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
To Dez Bryant.
A big play there on the first play of the game. 52 yards.
First down.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. Zach Cunningham, the leading tackler in the AFC in 2019, is there defensively. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now on 2nd and 13, Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Back to throw, Watson. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Now Watson, escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Ka'imi Fairbairn comes on.
2-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Jackson. The short throw caught by Andrews. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
At the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Dobbins. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
21, Mark Ingram.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Now it's Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Forced out to his left. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 39.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Jackson throwing here complete to Boyle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. He completes it to Bryant. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Touchdown. Dez Bryant. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Akins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Jackson on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
I'm going back to you. Check, alert. Check,
on first down, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Baltimore.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Ravens 35, Texans 9. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something? And now Watson throws another interception. It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Tackle made.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
3rd down.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke from, all right, guys, having fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Flush to his right. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And they'll run with a former All-Pro. This is David Johnson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Buying time to his left. Dumping it off for Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Another run here with Dobbins. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second down, a run with Dobbins. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And 8 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
J.K.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Jackson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Watson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Brings up second.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Out of the gun, Watson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Matt Judon In there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. They are going for it. Here's Watson. Finding fouls complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Back now in Houston. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Dancing to his left. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
Watson off play action. He finds his target, Fuller. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
6-yard line.
Now Edwards-Helaire down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Going for it all. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This game is all but over after that last 4th down stop. The only question left, will they play conservative and run the clock or try to pour some salt in the wound? Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Baltimore.
Check 50, check 50.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Ingram.
Mark Ingram.
4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Lucky.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Ball carrier.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets it to Brown. Complete.
Jackson's pass.
That third down conversion good for 23. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
2nd and 3.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The tackle made.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard pickup.
Watson.
3rd and 1.
That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
First down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. Brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Watson to give. This is Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calais Campbell on the stop. Again, it's Johnson. And a short gain here down to the 22. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. On 4th down, Watson escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hold on the play. Recovered by Baltimore.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Today's final score, Ravens.
Charles,